Welcome to our channel. We are Caitlin and Patrick, two adventure seekers that recently sold all of our belongings to fulfill our lifelong dream of living sustainably. We purchased 15 acres of raw land in the mountains of East Tennessee. Since moving to our property, we have installed our solar setup for all of our power needs and rainwater catchment system for all of our water needs. Join us as we continue to build our off-grid homestead in the mountains and navigate this adventure we call life. Hey guys, so you may notice we are not at home. Hopefully you guys can hear us okay because it's a little loud in our 1987 Vanagon.
Welcome to Colonel Vander's.
Yeah, this is Colonel Vander's. We're actually headed to Pelham, Tennessee today. We're not too far off right now. We're headed there to a concert. We're going to see
St. Paul and the Broken Bones.
Lord, my brain doesn't work today. St. Paul and the Broken Bones in a cavern, no less. We've actually seen them there once before. We're going to go camping in the van tonight. So we thought we'd bring you guys along for the ride. And yeah, like I said, hopefully you can hear okay. I'm trying to talk loud, but the van is old and loud.
It's creaky, it's noisy, it's windy, and it's slow.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's taken a while to get here. It's Pelham, Tennessee is kind of between Chattanooga and Nashville-ish, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it's a really cool venue. Like I said, you're in a cavern, and yeah, it should be fun. We'll try to shoot some shots for you guys and some videos and things, and maybe do a little tour of the van if we feel like it. But yeah, I just wanted to bring you guys along and show you what we do when we're not on the homestead.
So we just got back from the concert, and we figured we'd do an impromptu van tour because, this is Colonel Vander's. So this is our 1987 VW Vanagon Westphalia edition, which means it's basically a camper that's the size of a minivan. So we picked this up just a little over a year ago, and we've camped in it a few times, put a little money into it, but it's basically bone stock. So I wanted to go through a few of the features that we have in the VW. First thing you'll notice over here is our kitchenette. So one of the nice things about the Westphalia edition is it came with a 2-burner stove top, which feeds from propane. Originally, the van came with an onboard propane tank under the bottom of the van. Those are old and they get rusty, so we converted it to take those little 1 pound propane tanks that you can hook up to like a Mr. Buddy heater. So we don't really necessarily have to use that big propane tank, have to worry about the pain of going through and filling it and everything. We just buy the little 1 pound tanks and go for it. We're not using it this weekend because we're only here for one night. Same thing goes for the other part of the kitchenette, which is the sink. So the sink actually has sort of this on-demand pump style. You just basically turn the knob and it turns on-demand water.
Which we upgraded from the... That's not original.
What?
That's not original. The
It
sink.
is not original. The faucet top is not original.
It's a short flow, which is
yeah.
much nicer than
We had to upgrade
OG
that because
one.
the old one is
Well, it didn't
broken.
work.
Yeah, it's broken.
Neither did the pump.
Yeah, but it actually is fed from an onboard water tank, which is stored under the cabinet here. It's actually a 13-gallon water tank. When we got this, it hadn't been used in a very long time, so we went ahead and cleaned it with bleach and everything, and we really only use it for like brushing our teeth or cleaning dishes or whatnot. But again, we're here for one night, so we're not using that. The only thing that we have changed about the kitchenette from this edition of the VW is the fridge. So originally, this cabinet down here was a refrigerator. It was an old DC. I want to say it was a...
It was propane.
Well, it's
AC
propane and
DC.
Right, but I can't forget the brand. But
Dometic.
either way, a lot of
Dometic.
people... What was it?
Dometic.
It was a Dometic, yes. So a lot of people have changed this cabinet out from the original fridge because they were getting aged and just not cooling
Not
as
very
well as they
efficient.
should be. But we changed it to a cabinet, or well, the previous owner changed it to a cabinet just to have a little more storage space. But that's really only the difference between stock and what we have here. Some other features about this van again is it sleeps 4 people, ironically enough. Like I said, it's the size of a minivan, but because we have the pop top, there's also a top bunk. So this bunk actually folds, half of it folds forward into an actual, basically full-size bed. It sleeps 2 people very comfortably. On the top, it's got a built-in mattress that's removable, cleanable, etc. And then actually the bottom bunk, which is the bench seat in the back, folds down into a bed. So you basically just pull this lever here, lift up, and then it pulls out into another full-size bed. The only downside to the bottom is that you have this cabinet that's basically a wardrobe for small camping people. That gets in the way of it being the same size as the top bunk. But regardless, this bottom bunk still sleeps 2 people. The top bunk still sleeps 2 people. So this camper can semi-comfortably sleep 4 people.
And seat 4 people.
And
'cause
seat 4 people.
There's a seat next to you, and then in the front where I'm currently sitting, the seat fully rotates.
Yep.
So I'm like in a recliner essentially. The
Yeah.
driver's side also rotates, but only halfway because the steering wheel is like a bus steering wheel.
Well,
So it kinda gets in the way.
Kind of blocks it too.
Well, if the steering wheel isn't there, it could go all the way around, but it
Oh.
wouldn't be very comfortable. But there's another table, like the one next to Pat there, up here. So you could essentially have 4 people eating in here.
Well, then what do we need a steering wheel for?
Take it out.
There you go. We have done a couple things to make this a little more user-friendly for modern technology. So one thing you'll notice is our power station is here. So this is our Goal Zero Yeti 500X. It's a 500-watt power station. This thing we take pretty much every time we go in the van because it's enough to charge our phone multiple times. The van does have an onboard, they call it an auxiliary battery. It's basically a deep cycle battery that is charged when we drive, but it's your standard 12-volt aux battery. It also powers the water pump, so we wanted something that's kind of redundant to power our phones, power our tablets, whatever else we need, when we're camping, if we're trying to get some luxuries from home. We use the power station for that.
Yeah, we also have an auxiliary, or not an auxiliary, an inverter that we can
Yes.
plug into over there next to the kitchen. There is a cigarette adapter we can plug into that if we need to like use a normal 120 plug for, but that's kind of like last resort if necessary. But the auxiliary battery does not affect the car's main battery. So if
Yeah.
we drained it completely, we would be fine. But also, if we somehow drained the car battery and not the auxiliary battery, we could charge off of that.
Yeah. They have the ability to link up, which is nice because when we drive, it charges both batteries at the same time via the alternator.
We could also charge the Goal Zero through the auxiliary battery that's
Yeah.
charged from the car battery if we wanted to. But
There's a whole lot of redundancy here.
yeah, I mean, we have a solar panel we can plug into that. That's 100 watts and charges that within like a few hours in a sunny day.
Which, if we're
So it just
boondocking for a week,
depends.
that comes in handy.
For sure, but for one night, it's not necessary.
So these window panels actually have a reflective surface on the outside that if we flip them inverted from where they are now, they actually reflect inward. There's kind of work like the Reflectix insulation, so that when we're camping in the winter, the reflective surface inside keeps it warmer in here, which is really important because this pop top is actually canvas, so it's very leaky. So if we're camping in colder weather, having that reflective surface works out really nicely. But right now it's not super cold, so we've got it reflected out, and it really just serves as some privacy screening and to keep light out because I don't want to get up early. Other than that, this thing is pretty much bone stock. Like I said, we've done some work to it. Now that we've done some work to it, it's been very reliable. We drove, 4 hours to get here?
Well, should be 2 hours 45 minutes, but
should have been 2.5 hours.
max speed is about 60 miles an hour.
If that.
And we live in East Tennessee, a lot of hills, a lot of mountains, so
it is a
not
4-speed on the floor.
necessarily
It's an old
made
4-cylinder.
yeah.
So, it doesn't exactly go hard on the highway.
It's more about the journey, though.
There you go. But we also, one of the things we did is we replaced the piston rings in this. So we're kind of in that babying period of breaking in the piston rings, and so we don't want to push it too hard. So, but all in all,
well, it's like driving a brick on stilts.
It
So,
really is.
you really can't push it too hard because you
yeah.
might fall off the road. It was pretty windy today, too. So.
It was. And every time a tractor trailer goes by you on this thing, it pushes
feel
you
it.
off the road.
It's a pucker moment.
Yeah. So this is our flying brick named Colonel Vanders.
We love it.
Yeah, we do love it. It's been our problem child. But honestly, it really has been a really cool thing to have. We've taken 1 week-long trip in it to the Smokies and boondocked in it for a whole week. Didn't really have to worry about power, didn't really have to worry about water, so it's been super nice to have. And this quick overnight trip is a good exercise for it. So
yeah, a lot better than sleeping on the ground, which we've done for many years.
Which is what most people are doing out here, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow. So.
Yeah, we may not have mentioned too at the cavern. So obviously, I don't know if everybody knows exactly what a cavern is, but it's basically a cave,
Literally,
an underground cave. And the temperature stays around, I think it's between 50 and 60 year round.
It's supposed to be like 58, 59.
Yeah, which is pretty nice, especially if it was pretty warm today.
It was.
For sure. And like Pat said, our AC does not work
No.
in here currently. And even if it did work, it would only work while we're actually driving it. But there are some windows in here we can open if necessary, and we have screens for the door here and also the back. But, yeah, the cavern is supposed to be the same temperature no matter if it's 100 degrees outside or 30 degrees outside. So it's actually like the perfect venue, I would say.
Yeah.
The acoustics are incredible, the light show, and, we'll post some pictures in this video, but it's probably one of my favorite concert venues. Second time we've been here to see St. Paul and the Broken Bones, and probably won't be the last time, especially because now they offer the car camping lot, which is really reasonably priced, and we just kind of hold up here, go to the concert, come back, chill, go to sleep, wake up, leave.
Yep, that's the plan anyway. Not to mention, as Katie said, we've seen St. Paul and the Broken Bones here twice, and it never disappoints. So this place is a lot of fun, and it's a really cool spot tucked out in the middle of nowhere. I hate that they don't have bigger concerts here because that would be epic, but
Well, they're limited on space because of the size of the cavern. I'm sure there's a lot of restrictions on how many people can even be in there because there's only one entrance because it is you know,
It's
a
cave.
natural cavern. Like, it's not like someone made it. It's literally just there, but it's a super cool concept. So if you guys are ever in this area and looking for a concert, highly
Definitely
recommend.
need to check it out. Definitely need to check it out.
Bring your tent, bring your car, whatever. Just sleep out here and go into the concert, come back, chill.
There you go.
It's a good time.
They have music festivals. They have regular concerts. The opening acts are always good. So, and one thing that we've figured out tonight is that they have food trucks parked just outside the cavern entrance,
and at the campground as well.
Yes, which had amazing cheese curds.
Yeah. So come hungry, leave happy.
Yep.
Hey guys, we are headed back home today. Well, we're headed to Knoxville right now to pick up the dogs. I hope you guys can hear all right. It's a little loud in the van.
Trusty old Colonel Banders is hauling booty at about 55.
So you're getting there slowly but surely. It's a little bit different today than it was yesterday. Yesterday it was super sunny, so we were driving around with the windows down on the interstate, and it's kind of rainy and a little bit overcast and gross out, but we just stopped and had some breakfast at Cracker Barrel with all the old folks, and we're heading back. We appreciate you guys watching this week's video, and if you like it, subscribe. Sorry, I'm not a morning person.
That's how that works, I guess.
It's not even that early. But yeah, if you like this video, we appreciate a thumbs up, a comment, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. We do like to take the van snowboard camping in the winter, so maybe we'll get a chance to do some of that with you guys this year. And yeah, see you guys next week.
Have a good one.